Have you ever felt like everyone around you is moving faster than you? Like you're running a race that you never even signed up for, but somehow you're still losing? That was exactly how Daniel Cole felt the day he turned 24. He sat in a crowded cafe downtown, his laptop open but untouched. Outside the window, people moved with purpose, briefcases, lattes, confidence. Inside, Daniel just scrolled. His college friends had become engineers, designers, startup founders. One of them, Marcus, had just posted a picture of his new car, a Tesla, of course, with the caption, "Hard work pays off." Another friend, Lily, was already traveling across Europe, working remotely from some cafe in Paris. Meanwhile, Daniel was still living in his tiny apartment, freelancing as a graphic designer, barely scraping by. He took a sip of his cold coffee and whispered to himself, "Why am I so behind?" That night, he opened his old sketchbook, something he hadn't touched in months. Between pages of half-finished doodles, he found a drawing from when he was 16, a kid standing on a long road, holding a sign that said, "My own way." He remembered drawing it after his art teacher, Mrs. Patterson, told him, "The world will always try to make you look sideways, but the moment you do, you'll trip. Keep your eyes on your lane, Daniel. That's how you win." He smiled faintly, then sighed. At 16, that advice made sense. At 24, it just felt naive. The next morning, Daniel got a call from his mom. "Sweetheart, did you see Marcus's new company on the news? He's doing amazing." Daniel forced a laugh. "Yeah, I saw, Mom." She meant no harm, but each word hit like a small stone. After hanging up, he slammed his laptop shut and went for a walk. It was raining, not a poetic drizzle, but a cold, messy, city kind of rain. He walked aimlessly, headphones in, music loud, thoughts louder. Somewhere between frustration and exhaustion, he ended up in front of a small art studio. Its sign read, "Community Art Jam, all levels welcome." He hesitated, then, almost instinctively, stepped inside. The studio smelled like acrylic paint and old wood. A woman in her 40s, with paint-stained jeans and a calm smile, waved at him. "Hey there, you here to join?" "I'm not sure," Daniel said. "It's been a while since I painted." "Well," she said, handing him a brush, "the canvas doesn't care how long it's been." Something about her tone, gentle but firm, made him stay. For the next 2 hours, Daniel painted. No goals, no rules, no judgment. Just colors, textures, and silence. When he finished, he looked down at what he'd made, a winding road disappearing into a sunrise. Simple, messy, but alive. The woman looked over his shoulder and smiled. "Nice. What's it about?" Daniel shrugged. "I guess, my life, or what I wish it looked like." She nodded. "Then keep painting it." Over the next few weeks, Daniel kept coming back. Not to impress anyone, just to create. He started sharing some of his paintings online again. Not for likes, not for validation, just as a journal of his journey. To his surprise, people noticed. Comments started rolling in. "This hits deep." "Man, this feels peaceful." "Your art makes me want to pick up painting again." For the first time in a long while, Daniel felt proud, not of what he had, but who he was becoming. One evening, as he was packing up his paints, Marcus showed up at the studio. "Yo, dude. Been forever," Marcus said, grinning. "I saw your art page. Man, you've got fans." Daniel laughed. "Yeah, small ones. But it's fun." Marcus looked around the studio, clearly out of place in his crisp suit and shiny shoes. "I don't get how you do this, man. If it's not making big money, what's the point?" Daniel looked at his half-finished canvas, a road surrounded by wildflowers, and smiled. "Maybe the point isn't to make it big," he said. "Maybe it's just to make it real." Marcus blinked, then chuckled. "You've changed, dude." "Maybe," Daniel said. "Or maybe I just stopped running someone else's race." A few months later, Daniel's paintings were displayed in a small local gallery. It wasn't a massive event, just a cozy room filled with music, laughter, and people who genuinely cared. When the night ended, the studio owner, the same woman who'd handed him that first brush, walked over. "You found your road, huh?" she said. He nodded. "Yeah. Turns out, It was never about catching up. It was about waking up. That night, Daniel sat on the roof of his apartment, watching city lights flicker. He thought about how much had changed and how little it actually mattered. He still didn't have a Tesla. He still wasn't in Paris. But he had something better: peace. He realized something simple but powerful. When you stop comparing, you start living. Because the truth is, everyone's path blooms at a different season, and no one's timeline defines yours.